Namaste, this is Aparna, and today we are going to talk about Niyama. If you are a student of yoga, and especially if you're studying yoga philosophy, then you must have been taught by your teacher that there are yamas and there are niyamas. And sometimes they're hard to memorize. So today we will see what they are according to Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and this is from the book by Swami Satchidananda. And this is from the second chapter. The name of the second chapter is Sadhanapada. And the number of Yoga Sutra is Yoga Sutra number 32, which talks about niyamas. If you ask me what would it mean in Hindi, so niyama, although it is a Sanskrit word, but some words are very similar in Hindi. So in Hindi, niyama would means rules. Okay. But let's see what Patanjali says about niyamas. Saucha santosha tapah swadhyaye shwara pranidhanani niyamaha. So only in one Yoga Sutra, which is Yoga Sutra number 32, Patanjali talks about what are the niyamas. Saucha. So first niyama is saucha. Saucha is purity. Purity, purification of body, purification of mind, living a pure life, practicing purity in all aspects of your living. So that's why practicing yoga, teaching yoga is not limited to when you show up on your mat and do certain asanas, but it's something that you embody. You live that kind of life. That if there is any impure thought came to the head, you become aware that this is not the right thought. And you wake up in the morning, you take your shower in the morning, you clean your body, you put on clean clothes every day. So you are practicing purity in all aspects of your life, which is first niyama, saucha. Second niyama is santosha. Santosha, beautiful word to understand. Santosha means contentment. It means not always complaining and desiring that I don't have this, I don't have that, but instead taking time to feeling content that I have roof over my head, I have food to eat, I have enough clothes, my family is not hungry, and I have, if you have car, I have this car to go where I want to go, or I have enough money to pay for the public transport. I can feed my children. So I know it sounds like not very exciting, but believe me, Santosha doesn't mean that you cannot desire something bigger. Of course, you can. But before desiring next thing, you have to be content and happy and be grateful for what you already have. So second niyama of yoga is santosha. And third niyama is swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means self-study. So a yogi is usually full of knowledge. And when we say knowledge, it's not only knowledge that is written in the book, but it's about knowledge that comes from here, the higher wisdom, which is beyond what is written in the book. So, Swadhyaya means studying your own body, studying your own mind, and of course, studying the scriptures that are ancient and old and have meaningful information. Then the next niyama, which is number 4, is even more beautiful. I love it. That's my favorite niyama, although I practice all of them. So the next niyama is Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara means God, God Almighty, and pranidhana. Pranidhana means surrender. Again, it may sound very kind of inactive, but trust me, surrendering is the most active and higher stage of yoga. Yogic mind. Yoga means when you have reached to that state of unity between the body, mind, and soul. So, Ishvara Pranidhana, you may say that, oh, I don't believe in God. Does that mean that I can't practice yoga? Of course, you can practice yoga because for you, you are the God. If you don't believe in any outer force, basically, we are told that there is a God that resides in us. So, can you believe in that God? Can you surrender to that God? Can you surrender to any universal force? Can you surrender to, and surrender doesn't mean that you are inactive. You still do things, what is in your power, but what you cannot do, you trust that whatever is in your highest and greatest good is going to work out. Whatever is not in your highest and greatest good will not happen. So, it's also a little bit tricky one for people who have not experienced the higher power yet. I would say for the moment, just keep it what your ancestors in yogic world have said. So you have to at least start believing that it could have been possible. And for me, definitely, like my yogic journey actually started with Ishwar Pranidhana. So I totally believe it. But if you don't believe it yet, don't give up on it either. Just let it be. As we say in mindfulness, whatever you can't let go, just let it be. So let it sit there, and you never know, at certain stage, it may become more kind of available to you. You may meet a god or experience certain higher powers that you think, oh yeah, now I know what they are talking about, what Muni Patanjali is talking about when he's saying Samcha, Santosha, Swadhyaya, and Ishwar Pranidhana. So, Ishwar Pranidhana is the fourth Yoga Sutra, right? Sorry, not fourth Yoga Sutra, it's the fourth Niyama. And then, um, so I've missed deliberately one in between. Did you notice that? No, you didn't. So when we say this Yoga Sutra, which is 32, it says Samcha Santosha Tapa Swadhyaye Ishvara Pranidhanani. So I talked about Samcha, I talked about Santosha, I talked about Swadhyaya, I talked about Ishvara Pranidhana. Let's come to the one that sits right in the middle of two here and two there. Why does it sit in the middle? Because on this side it says Samcha and Santosha. On the other side it says Swadhyaya and Ishwar Pranidhana. But in the middle, the third niyama is tapa. Tapa is like penance, your practice, your ability to accept the pain that comes with it. I don't mean literally pain, but if you're showing up, if you're getting up every morning you are showing up on your mat, and every morning you're sitting down to meditate, that comes with some arrangement where you have to make sure that you wake up on time, you have to make sure that you carve out that much of time, you make sure that you accept that little resistance from your mind for doing all this. So that is tapa. That is your tapa. If you sometime deliberately give up like sweets and you deliberately accept eating more healthy organic food, sattvic food, So that means you are accepting that this is part of my yogic journey. So that is tapa. So I hope I have helped you to remember those 5 niyama that are very powerful for your yogic journey. So remember, just by sitting on the mat doing some asanas, you're not practicing yoga in its entirety. If you really want to practice yoga, you have to embrace samcha, santosha, tapa, swadhyaya, ishwar pranidhana. These are 5 niyama. Samcha is purity, santosha is contentment, tapa is accepting the pain that comes with your practice, and swadhyaya is your self study, and then Ishwar Pranidhana is surrender to God. So hope you enjoyed learning about Niyama. If you want me to make up some other videos about yoga or meditation or Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, then please don't hesitate to write down in the comment box below or tell me what is your favorite Niyama, which Niyama you are already practicing. I would love to hear about your yogic journey, and please subscribe to this channel to get more content about yoga philosophy. Namaste, and we will meet again soon.